Hi everyone, this is another vinyl update. I've got a few things to show off, vinyl wise. Mostly been buying new records, although I've got one second-hand record. Yeah, first off, let's show this one. This is Hinterland by Lonelady. Very strange this one, because like the track listing in the album title is on the hype sticker, and I took that off. But yeah, I recently did an interview with this woman. She's very talented. In this music, it's funny enough, it's on Warp, legendary Warp Records. It's a very sort of skeletal, sort of funky record. You know, it's usually sort of labelled as post-punk, and I expect most people, when they see a record like this, they think, oh, not another post-punk record, it's been done to death. A bit like shoegaze as well. But this record is absolutely brilliant. It's some people say it's a bit like St. Vincent, which in some aspects, yes, it does sound like a bit like St. Vincent. But it's much more danceable, a lot more funky, and it also did remind me a bit of sort of the Comsat Angels as well, for some strange reason. This record I was really stoked to get. I discovered it was reissued recently by Music on Vinyl. This is Mobb Deep, the Infamous. Love this record. Mobb Deep, they did about 3 really great records. I mean, Hell on Earth and Murder Music are both great albums. I haven't got them yet on vinyl. I hope to add them to my collection. But the strange thing about this is like the Music on Vinyl. Most of their releases, they have a first run on coloured vinyl. Now, take this out. And this is very strange. It looks sort of turquoisey, but you hold it up to the camera and it looks blue. On the website they did say it was going to be green stroke blue, so I was thinking one was going to be green, one was going to be blue, but that is a very strange colour. Wu-Tang did some great albums, but I don't think it really holds a candle in Mobb Deep. I mean, I've been listening to Nas's Illmatic recently, and a lot of people sort of rave about that album as being sort of the pinnacle of hip hop. But that's never. I've never really agreed with that. It's an okay album, but it doesn't really quite do it for me as much as Mobb Deep's The Infamous. Right. This next one is Dock at the Radar Station by Captain Beefheart. This is one of my favourite Captain Beefheart records. I'm really partial to the last 3. I think they're great records. The thing about Captain Beefheart is you listen to his records and you think you know them inside out. Then you listen to them again and you pick something out. It's like the melodies in them is jagged and sort of wonky as they are, or almost seem to be sort of buried beneath it. It's music that doesn't. I think John French really nailed it when he said that Don Van Fleet was a sculptor. He wasn't a musician, you know. So he thought of music as in the same way you'd think of sculpture. I mean, there's one track on Shiny Beast, where it sounds like 2 trains running out of control. Yeah, the title track, Backchain Puller. Well, sort of title track, Backchain Puller. But that's how you approach music, and it took me a while to realise that, but yeah, I'm starting to get more and more into Captain Beefheart. But the one album which has always seemed to elude my interest is Trap Mass Replica. I like about half that album, and the rest of it I just can't get into. But maybe one day, maybe I should give it a proper listen. Maybe I should get my vinyl out and listen to it from start to finish. Here's a cassette. This is Lou Barlow, Brace for Wave. I'm a massive Dinosaur Jr. fan, and my record label I actually named after one of Sebado's albums, which is Lou Barlow's one of Lou Barlow's bands. Yeah, named after the album Harmacy. But this album, his latest solo album, is very good, very good. It's a very solid record. I understand what some of the critics have said about it. Maybe it's not quite the sort of cathartic album which he was aiming for, but maybe there are a couple of songs which are a bit bland. But it's for what it is. It's a solid record, and usually the best bits are where he sort of adds some synths in. They sound like quite vintage sort of 70s synths into the sort of basic singer-songwriter sound. It's a good record. So what next? Yeah. Next up, yeah, I'm on a big hip hop kick at the moment, and this album, Blowout Cone by Digable Planets, is a real classic. Very much in the vein of bands, groups like Tribe Called Quest. Sort of quite jazzy, but this one isn't quite on the jazzy side of things. I think this is like one of those albums that you can compare it to something like I don't know, KMD's Black Bastards or Stakes is High by De La Soul, in the sense that it was a very they started out as a very sort of light-hearted sort of hip hop act singing about sort of bugs and stuff like that. And for this one, it maybe got a bit darker. There's a lot of sort of political stuff in there. It was sort of a reaction against the first album, and it also reminds me a bit of the Go Team's first album, where the sort of samples seem to blur in with live instrumentation. This is a real great lost album, and this is actually the reissue on Modern Classics. It's a bit of a no-brainer going for that one, because I know they're sort of a similar price to the original, but Light in the Attic are such a brilliant reissue label. They always do very good pressing, so I say go for that. Next up is Hyena original soundtrack. I bought this one because I'm currently on the kick at the moment. It's like I have a nearly complete selection of their albums on cassette. In fact, I'm only missing two of their albums, The Infected and what's it called, Naked Soul or whatever it's called. I don't have any of. This is the only sort of soundtrack work under the name. Bit of a daft name, but yeah, I'm not really sure what to make of this. Bits of it sound alright, but very sort of ambient, very atmospheric. But I might sort of give it a couple of listens. I've not actually seen the film. I've heard it's supposed to be like a British equivalent of Bad Lieutenant. Some people say it's alright, some people say it's a bit crap. Yeah, so that's about what I've got. You know, I've ordered some stuff, pre-ordered some stuff, but that's not going to be coming till October. So I might be doing another sort of unboxing around then. But yeah, until mid-October, that's it for now. Goodbye.